Hi guys, this is Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today's card is this Scarecrow Fun Fold card using a digital image from Oddball Stamps. I'm starting off with some heavyweight black cardstock from Michaels, cut to 5.5 by 8.5. Then I'll score it at 4 1/4 like a typical A2 size card. What makes it a fun fold card is the next score. I'll score again at 2 1/8. That causes the card front to fold back on itself and show some of the inside of the card. So next I'll just fold and burnish on those score lines. Next I'll add some creepy pattern paper from the Ghost Stories paper pack. I cut 2 pieces of the same pattern to 5 by 3 3/4 using a nesting rectangle infinity die from Hero Arts. Then I adhered the first panel to the inside of the card, leaving about a 1/4 inch black border around it. I'm using my dot liner and some art glitter glue to give me a little wiggle room. For some reason today I was having a very hard time getting my pattern paper to be laying in there straight. Next I'll adhere the other panel. I had tried adhering it flat to the other side and then folding it on the score line, but that didn't work too well. So then I tried folding and then adhering it, and that didn't work either. So instead I'll adhere it to the inside section of that panel and then trim off the excess. Now I could have left a mat around that front portion of the panel, and I did do that on my first card, but I like the full coverage look a bit better. It kind of gives the illusion that there isn't a fold there. This pattern paper was printed on a white core, and some of that is showing where I cut. No problem. I just took a black Sharpie and covered up the white. Now for the focal image. This crow is from Oddball Stamps, and I got it as a free download a year ago. There's a link to their website in the description, as well as for all of the supplies that I'm using for today's card. I had printed it last year and used the digital image to try out some colored pencils. It just never made it to a card. So I cut it out with one of my Hero Arts Infinity Circle dies, as well as a larger black circle for the mat. I'm gluing those together with my art glitter glue. I also used those same dies to cut out 2 more circles, the smaller in white and the larger in black, and adhered them together too. You'll see why I needed them in a bit. Now I'll adhere the crow to the front. Since we'll want to be able to open the card, I'm only going to glue half of the circle to that front panel. Now this part is pretty important. If you put glue on the entire back of that, the entire circle, you're going to glue your card shut. Now we'll add a place to write a note to the recipient, and we'll be using those other circles that we made. You cover the back of the black circle with glue, line up the front of that with the back of our focal panel, and then just close the card. This will line the note area up right behind the focal image so it's not seen when the card is closed. Next, I'll add the sentiments. In the digital set from Oddball Stamp was the sentiment, "We're here for the booze." I cut this out earlier with another circle die. I'm positioning it just out of sight on the inside of the card so it's not seen when the card is closed, and I'm adhering it down with some art glitter glue. Now that's pretty cute. I decided to add another sentiment to the front, or rather two. I pulled out this little bag of boo sentiments from my Halloween stash and picked a couple to use on this card. If I can remember where I got the die cuts I'm using, I'll be sure to include them in the supply list in the description and over on my blog. I'm going to put one of them in the upper left-hand corner and the other in the lower right-hand corner. I just thought that this was a fun little play on words from the main sentiment. That finishes up this card for today. I hope that you are inspired to get going on your Halloween crafting, and I would love to see what you create. So come join my Facebook group, Crafting with Debbie, and show us your creations. I've left a link in the description box down below. Oh, and if you make anything using ideas from one of my Halloween videos, please post a picture and tag me at hashtag Debbie J's Crafting Corner and at hashtag DJCC Halloween 2020. You can also see all of my Halloween videos for 2020 by clicking on the hashtag DJCC Halloween 2020 down in the video title. Here are some other videos that you may be interested in. Thank you so much for dropping by, and remember, if I can make it, you can too.